Now, in the case of federal judge Terrence Berg, one of the men there the night he was shot was sentenced today, and Berg appeared to show some mercy for Kevin Smith. Smith was found not guilty of shooting Berg, but guilty of other charges related to that night and others. 7 Action News reporter Shelley Childers tells us about the punishment for a string of armed robberies.
The judge used stern words as he handed down the sentence, calling Kevin Smith the leader of a vicious group of criminals who targeted the elderly and vulnerable. Kevin Smith was sentenced to 67 to 90 years in state prison. This morning, a Wayne County courtroom was filled with security guards and emotion.
I just want to say that the day that this happened to me changed my entire life altogether.
Prosecutors say Kevin Smith had just been released from prison out on parole for a home invasion when he bought 2 guns and organized a string of armed robberies, targeting the elderly with money.
It was horrifying and it was scary, okay? The way he came into my bathroom and ripped my necklace off and made me take my jewelry off, it was. And then in front of my son, who's handicapped.
In all, 16 victims were identified in the attacks that lasted from January to May 2015 in northwest Detroit. One of those victims, prosecutors say, is Terrence Berg, a federal judge who was shot in the leg after he refused to let the attackers inside his home. Smith was charged for that shooting, but he was found not guilty.
As we watched the trial, we learned really for the first time how extensive the activity of this group was.
Prosecutors say the group scouted victims in their front yards, then used guns to threaten their way inside. The victims were often locked in rooms, tied up, and held at gunpoint as their valuables were taken. Smith addressed the court today, maintaining his innocence.
My condolences go out to the victims or whatever, but I didn't rob all these people or whatever.
He is charged with felony firearm, felon in possession of a firearm, and conspiracy to commit armed robbery. He is appealing his conviction. In Detroit, Shelley Childers, 7 Action News.